Another beautiful day. I've got my Hyundai cap and there's my Hyundai. If you can see it, where is it? There, yes. So I'm going to do a bit of clearing today, clear this land back. I want to scrape it back that way, get this whole place cleared. I'm going to get ready for a load of stone to come down. So I'm going to get an order of stone. So this muck has to be gone. And I'm going to start sorting out some of the big, massive stone blocks, stone, granite, monumental, I don't know what they call them. But look at some of these, the size of these things. I'm going to show you here, look, what I pulled out so far that's been underground. Look at that lump. These are all, as you can see, these are all chipped. These are all chipped and nicely graded. This here probably belonged to this girl here. This used to be the weighing room. As you can still covered in ivy. And I've not done anything with this end of the property because the entrance to the mill here, this baby here, will have an arch. But I'm looking to keep the stone here. All that stone will be kept. And just look at the gargantuousness of that stone. If you want to look and put it into reality, there's my foot. So that's how big that gorgeous lump of stone actually is. Probably put it up as I could sit on its side. What an amazing piece. I'll have to get some kill men to lift them. I understand they just lift them with one because they're that good. Anyway, there's another one over there. Anyway, so I'm going to get the digger out, start scraping back this land, getting that. There's a lot of stuff, bits of tin from the caravans still lying around. And I got to pull this girl out here. This here, look. This was a tree that was growing and was planted back years ago. We had to cut it down. So that tree, the trunk has to be lifted. So I have to scoop all the way around here and get that lifted out so it can go onto the burn. Try and pull that ivy back over here on the barn. Get all this ivy down. And of course, there's the cottage over there. The cottage is what we're doing up. And we're going to put it back to a livable cottage. I'm really excited for it. We've pulled back and scraped back the land from yesterday. As you can see, it's all been scraped back. It's all cleaned. And the idea now is to get drainage in to the outer area here and start getting foundations put in for more regulatory requirements, such as a porch here, get new windows in, of course, get the roof done, fixed off, and get gullies put in. And of course this part here, which is going to be a small extension on the side. And if you just take a look at that, look at that. If you can see behind the whitewash, do you see it? It's like a window. And yet, look again, above, there's a chimney. So what they've done is they've blocked out the window. Gorgeous brick. Do you see the brick and the way the pattern is? Do you see it? I'm going to get that back. That is going to be returned, and which means that I have to get rid of that. I would say that chimney hasn't got any lead flashing, so therefore it has to go anyway. So I'll take that chimney down. Don't know what happened here now. I don't know what this is. It looks like there's a bit of stone replaced with a bit of, see, there's, you can still see mixes. That's cement, whereas that all is lime mortar. And that's the plan, is to get the lime mortar installed. I want lime mortar in this property. It's not required because the property isn't listed, but I'm doing it anyway. So I was always a bit worried about this. If you have a look at the previous video, day 1, this is day 2. I pulled out this and it's all settled now. But there's an underwater tunnel here. And I've pulled back some of the ivy, which is good. But new windows there. And I love this, where there's stone and then whitewash. It just is class. There's our cookie. Cookie, all right, baby? Are you good? Right, we get to work. Another great day done. That's my Friday all done up. And I got a lot done. So I started building pulling out the foundations for perimeter walls. These wee foundations here. Pulling them out, there's going to be more stone. I'm putting the spare stone that I have in here. That's going to be channeled down here and curved round here to produce a beautiful, let me just show you there, So that is a new foundation wall going down there, and this is going to be the ramp that brings you down to the parking area of the cottage. Now, this is all cleared, and stones ready to go to put in there. I will most likely be using a lime mortar for them stones to keep it within their perimeter. Now, come and have a look what I've done on the outside of the cottage. So the cottage was never seen, it was covered in ivy. So I've cleaned the entire verge. I still have a lot of ivy, as you can see, on the outside cottage wall. This here has to still be stripped back, but I am getting it done by the roots. But I've got the main part of the house totally de-ivied. It's the first time it's probably seen them walls for, I would say, 100 years. And as you can see, the chimney's still covered, but a majority of it's gone. And then, of course, there used to be a load of, I would call it just an ivy overload in where, if you can recall yesterday's event, where I've pulled out a massive reservoir of water. The soil has been pushed back here for the time being. I will collect it and drag it back that way. But as you can see, the stone, that old stone has to be rebuilt for a new wall there. Over there is that manhole that I found. Pretty dangerous right now, so I'm going to go and get a cage for that for tomorrow. I smashed the bloody window, but that never matters because they're being replaced. And all this ivy now has no root. All the ivy up above has no root, and hopefully that'll start to die, and I'll get that pulled back and it'll just come off like a beautiful blanket. That's what I'm hoping for. So I managed to uncover this beautiful, I think that is a silver birch, possibly, I don't know, but that girl is somewhat in certain ways. There's telephone lines above, and I got to get them trimmed for that, so that all has to be trimmed down. That is another project that has to be done. But overall, I've managed to challenge myself to get the whole entire area cleaned up. I'll bring a big brush to brush the road. That all is a good scrape back and clean it up. But overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with that. The link for here is being repaired, so I'll have that link installed as well in the next coming months or weeks. But I'm really impressed, actually. I'm dead impressed with today's work. A bit tired. I want to see my kids. I thought I was going to get run over there. There's a whole exercise where I have to get scaffolding up here. If you could have a look here up above, you can see all these Bangor blue slates have to be removed. So they have to be slowly removed, and I got to get a brand new roof replaced on the barn. So I'm super excited about doing that. I'm making that right. Anyway, so all these stones that are sitting currently here, all these stones are all ready to go for the walls that are going there. And there'll be a wee courtyard here and a load of grass there, but I'll show you when it's done. Anyway, that is a very bored me. Now I've unlocked the trailer. I'm leaving the trailer here tonight. So hopefully nothing will get nicked. There's nothing really there to get nicked, but it's a couple of buckets. But that's it. Oh, I'll show you this. So I've leveled the area around the cottage. It's all nice and flat again. It's beautifully set out. So this was all overgrown. And as you can see now, it's beautifully flat. And I intend to take it and grade it up. So I intend to flatten the whole lot. I'll have to get the laser lines out to make sure that they're absolutely lined, and that there is a off drainage. But that, I'm still excited about that. But I think that's a very good day's work for me. A bit of work there still to be done, and you can see. So I'm not looking forward to that, fixing that roof. Anyway, that's me, Big Al, at the cottage repair, day 2. Only another 88 days to go. I said I would do this in 12 weeks. Let's see how I get on. Thanks for watching, guys.